Hey everyone, Teo here. Today I'm reviewing the ASUS ProArt P16 laptop that is designed for visual content creators, and my review will be from the perspective of a graphic designer. First of all, disclaimer, this is a review unit on loan from ASUS Singapore, and in this video I'll just present to you my findings so that you can decide whether this is worth the money. And the price of this laptop starts from US $1,900 if I remember correctly, and here in Singapore it's 4,600 Singapore dollars, and that comes with 2 years international warranty. So this is an expensive laptop. This is a beautiful 4K plus OLED touchscreen display and a measured color accuracy for 100% sRGB, P3 and 92% Adobe RGB, and a maximum brightness of 318 nits, which is lower compared to the advertised 400 nits standard or typical and 500 nits HDR. The Full HD camera here supports Windows Hello Face Unlock, which works very effectively. There is also auto brightness, which works quite well, and the camera can also detect your presence, so if you move away from the laptop, the display will shut down to conserve energy, and when you're back you just hit the key, the display will come right on and Face Unlock will unlock the display. Port selection is pretty good. That's the power port, full-size HDMI version 2.1, USB 4 Type-C, USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-A, 3.5mm audio jack. On the other side we have a full-size SD card reader, USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-A, USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C. The speakers are front-facing and they are loud with good detail and bass. The typing experience on this keyboard is pretty good. The keys have good travel, and there is backlight and there is the function lock. This is the Microsoft Copilot shortcut key that they have here instead of the right control key. And since I use a lot of keyboard shortcuts, not having the right control key here is quite inconvenient for me. This touchpad is big, accurate and sensitive, and there are left and right click areas. This is not a haptic touchpad, but it works quite well. There is this ASUS dial which is built in, which you can enable or disable by swiping in from the right. You can create specific shortcuts for apps that you use, and those groups of shortcuts will launch automatically depending on the app you are using. I don't actually use the ASUS dial because I'm much faster with keyboard shortcuts. In terms of performance, this laptop is incredibly powerful. So this laptop is equipped with the AMD Ryzen AI 9 HX370 processor, which is a 12-core processor, and you can configure this laptop up to 64 gigs of RAM and 2 terabytes of storage. So when it comes to editing photos, doing graphic design work or editing videos, there is absolutely no issue. This is a 3D model that I have created in Blender. So right now I'm using the Cycles render engine to get a preview of how this is going to look, and the fans are starting to spin up now, but the fan noise is low, and I am able to get this render to render quite quickly and smoothly. So the graphics card is actually pretty powerful. The graphics card with this review unit is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070, and you also have the option to get the 4060 or 4080 graphics card. And I am able to play Red Dead Redemption 2 at 1920 by 1200 resolution at 60 frames per second without any drop frames. So the gaming experience is really good, and gaming on this beautiful OLED display is awesome. Build quality of this laptop is extremely solid. There is almost no flex at all because of the metal construction, and the weight is 1.85 kg, which is very reasonable for a 16-inch laptop. But I think feels heavier though, so let me just put this down. Let's talk about downsides. Refresh rate of this display is just 60 Hz, which to me for visual content creation is not really a downside. I mean, if you want higher refresh rates, ASUS does sell other laptops with 120 Hz refresh rate. The keys and body are quite susceptible to fingerprints, and I don't like how the boundary for the keyboard are hard edges instead of sloping inward. So sometimes when I hit the keys by the side, I can feel the hard edge, which is not that sharp, but you can definitely feel it. This display is extremely reflective with no anti-reflective coating. This display actually has pen support and it works with the ASUS Pen 2, which is not included, and this is sold separately. And since this is a laptop display, this is not really meant for drawing. And when you draw diagonal lines, there is slight jitter, but this is actually not too bad compared to the Microsoft Slim Pen 2. Anyway, for note-taking purposes, this is going to work well enough. Battery capacity of this laptop is 90 watt-hour, and the battery life can vary quite noticeably depending on what you are doing. So if you're really pushing the laptop at maximum brightness, multitasking, doing graphic design, which includes editing photos, but not exporting videos or rendering 3D, battery life is about 5 to 6 hours. If you are just doing office type work like writing, watching videos, doing social media, battery life is about 8 to 9 hours. Oh, I probably should tell you what's included with the purchase as well. So you get a 200 watt charger, a backpack, and this USB-A to Ethernet adapter. This pen is sold separately. So that's the bottom line. I don't have a detailed review for you. I don't have benchmarks. All I can say is this is a really expensive laptop, and I do feel like it delivers on what it has advertised, except for the maximum brightness, which is 380 nits instead of the advertised 400 nits, but that is still bright enough for use in a bright room environment. So that's it. If you guys are interested to buy this laptop, you can check out the links that I have for you in the video description below, and if you have other questions, let me know in the comments. And if you want other opinions, there are countless reviews for this laptop on YouTube. See you guys in the next video. Bye!